you here in the Black Forest, and especially here in our Druva family store. My name is Steph, and I'd like to tell you something about the tradition of Black Forest clock making, and of course especially about our famous cuckoo clocks. Well, the first clocks here in the Black Forest have been developed around 1614 and look like this. You see, this is a quite simple clock. It's operated by a heavy stone weight, and it has only one hand showing the hours but not the minutes. Only 5 decades later, in 1690, we already had this type of clock. It's called a face clock because of its nice and beautiful painted face decorated with roses and all sort of flowers. This clock has already 2 hands, one for the hours and one for the minute. It has 2 heavy metal weights to power it. One weight is for the movement of the hands and the other one is for the movement, the sound. It has a metal pendulum making it more exact, and every full hour it tells you the time by the equal amount of noises. You see, this is a Black Forest traditional way to treat your husband if he's coming home too late. Well, around 1860 first cuckoo clocks have been developed. You see, they are mainly made from wood, but operated by 2 heavy metal weights as well. You do have as well a pendulum made from wood as the whole clock, and every full hour the cuckoo is coming out and telling you what's time. At half past, it tells you as well it's half past by only one shout. The base of every cuckoo clock is a pine wood box like this. We use pine for the box because we have heaps here in the Black Forest. But when it comes to the carvings, we use a different type of wood. We use lime wood because this is way softer and way better to carve. For the face, we use a slice of lime wood, put the metal stencil on it and spray color all over the whole thing, getting a result like this. Then you can cut off all the colored bits, getting something like this. And after that, we need a carver to decorate with some more carvings and put it in front of our pine wood box. Before we can use the lime wood, we have to dry it for about 4 years. This means after we chop the tree, we have to let the wood sit for about 4 years before we can use it. Well, of course, the clock is decorated with some more carvings, for example, here on the roof, or for example, these animals here. A lot of people do think that one single cuckoo clock is made by only one person, but actually this is not true. A lot of people are working on one cuckoo clock, and there are kind of experts for every single bit. So when it comes to the carvings, one carver might be more talented in doing deers and somebody else might be more talented in doing people, so that one person is doing the people all the time and the other person the deers. And so in the end, it's coming all together in the factory. You still have handmade carvings, but by multiple carvers. Now I would ask you to move the time a little bit this way, so I can show you some more. Well, you see, those cuckoo clocks look a bit different than the one I've shown you up there. They show old Black Forest farmhouses with old handcrafted sceneries in front of them. But the main difference is that these cuckoo clocks have only 3 pendulum weights. I'm sorry, a bit confused. They have 3 weights instead of only 2. So one for the movement of the hands, the second for the cuckoo sound, and the third. What do you think is the third weight for?
The clock. The movement?
Oh.
Oh.
The minute. Oh. The sound. Oh. Oh, wow. For the music. For the music, we need this type of thing. If you listen very carefully, you can hear it now. This is actually the only part of the cuckoo clock which is not made in Germany. But it's not made very far away from here, just a few kilometers over the border from our friend in Switzerland. It's not quite loud now, but now see what happens as soon as I put it on wood.
That's the piano.
Well, therefore we do call it Swiss magic. What else do you need for the cuckoo clock? What I'd like to say, luckily the cuckoo clocks are made for a woman, so we can have a nice and bright sound. What else do we need for the cuckoo clock? Well, of course, a cuckoo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the cuckoo. And we do have tiny little pipes in a tiny little cuckoo clock. We do have a tiny little baby cuckoo sound. If we do have bigger pipes and a bigger clock, we do have a grown-up cuckoo. And if we have really big pipes, we do have grandfather cuckoo. You can see how those pipes are fixed in the clock. Well, there is something important in the clock as well, this switch here. So if you have a cuckoo clock and you like to turn the bird silent during the night time, you just switch it off. The next morning you can switch it back on, so there's absolutely no need to shoot the bird.
Or eat the bird.
Or eat it, whatever. Well, you may have recognized that we have two different sizes of weights. I told you that the weights are giving power to the cuckoo clock. Now, I'll show you this clock, and if you have a look on the weight in the middle, you will recognize it will move downwards when we have the cuckoo sound, and this weight on the right side will move downwards when we have the music. So, to give your clock enough power to run, you have to wind these weights from time to time by pulling these chains. Now we have two different sizes of weights. Those small weights you have to wind once a day. These big weights, which are quite heavy, up to 1.5 kilograms, you have to wind only once a week. There are some other clocks back up in the store as well. They look a bit like this, and their weights, the weight of their weight is next to nothing. This is because they are battery operated and the weights are just decoration. So we have these traditional working clocks powered by weights, so manual operated, and we have the battery operated ones. When it comes to the manual operated, there's 2 years of international warranty on them, and only on them. And there are multiple service centers in the States. You all live in? Yes. United States. So there are multiple service centers in the United States, which you can contact if there's anything wrong with the clock. You don't have to bring that all the way back to Germany. When it comes to the transport, we do pack them very properly in boxes like this, so nothing can break or move in here, and the box is just fine. Well, if you buy something, please show those cards on the cash stands, and there is a discount, right? On the very end, I'd like to show you some of my favorite clocks. First of all, this one. This is not a cuckoo clock, but a very nice clock, and we do call it the potato eater. Sometimes needs a bit of help because he's a really old gentleman.
She's played a long time.
Oh, he's eating a potato. Okay. Then we got this clock. This is one of the nicest, I think, when it comes to the design. And the special thing about it is, well, I won't tell you. Just have a look on the water wheel.
꼭대기에 종들이 있거든요. 옛날에 전화가 없어서 무슨 위기 상황일 때 알리던 그런 종이에요.
And then, last but not least, this clock here, which we call the honeymoon clock.
떨어졌다 또 붙는다 아니지 아니야.
Alright. Thanks for your attention. If you'd like to see or hear a clock, my colleagues in the shop will be glad to assist you. And we are leaving. Should I explain this as well?
Yes,
Alright. Are you married?
yes.
So you can't wear this hat. Because this is only for single women. Married can wear the same hat but with black balls on it. So therefore you see all those ladies here in the clocks, they are wearing these red balls because it's just more interested for the man to have someone with this hat than having someone with the black balls on the head. Alright. Thanks a lot.
예, 그렇게 괜찮아.